Hello, Advisorfix Nation. It's Jeremy O'Neal with Advisorfix, and I want to say hello, and it's good to be back. Sorry for the little bit of a layoff. Man, what a rough start to the year. Got to take care of your health. And look, today I'm really excited because today was one of the first days I got back to my early morning regimen. Woke up at 3 a.m., got a chance to go out and ride the mountain bike this morning, and man, did it feel good because we had snow. I had a snow day. I had a powder day. Fresh tracks in the snow, trying out my new mountain bike tires from Jensen USA. Thank you to the guys over at Jensen. They do an amazing job shipping products for your mountain bikes. If you need anything with your bicycle, mountain bike, check them out. They're here, a local Southern California company, but they ship nationwide. Great stuff for the great pricing all the time. So love the guys and gals over at Jensen USA. All right, let's get right down to work. We've got a lot to catch up on. We're right here finishing up February. Next week, I shut the shop down for 2 days. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I've always said, and those of you that have been at Vision know, I've always said that I want to shut the shop down and take my entire staff to Vision. Well, guess what? This is the year we're doing it. We're closing down half day next Wednesday, getting a flight directly from LAX into Kansas City, and we'll arrive to get 4 days of amazing training. I got to tell you, what I'm really excited about, and obviously this is why Sherry Hamilton and her team, they're at Vision, all the people that put this show on, they do an amazing job because it's very intense. I'm looking at our schedule for 4 days, and I'm sitting here thinking, my guys may not want to go back because I've got them in training classes all day long. So for 4 days, my technicians are going to have their brains scrambled. They're going to get the most current, up-to-date, relevant information on the challenges we face out in that shop every single day. So I'm really excited to get there. I'm actually taking a couple technical classes myself so I can make sure that I can guide my team when we get those tough drivability concerns that we're stumped on. So we're gonna, I'm just, can't say it. I'm really speechless. I'm excited. So hey, check it out. We have a booth. We're gonna be in the middle of the trade show booth. I think we're in booth 723. Check it out. You'll see the Advisorfix guy. He'll be there. I'll be here. We'll have some goodies to give away also on Friday night at the expo. If you're going to Vision, check out the Advisorfix booth. Come by with the code word corn syrup. We'll have a nice cold adult beverage for those of you that know the code word. So come on over Friday night, have a drink with us at the expo at Vision Kansas City. If you need more information on the show, check out visionkc.com. Also, a couple reminders. Hey, remember, get your mouthwash out or have some mints. This segment of our program is brought to you by Mentos Clean Breath. They claim you'll have 30 minutes. I don't know if the mint lasts 30 minutes or if you only have decent breath for 30 minutes, then you go back to your bad breath. Who knows? But hey, I'll check them out and I'll do a product review a little bit later on with that. Now, a couple things. Today, your educational session, 2 things. We're going to have back-to-back videos today and tomorrow. So new releases coming out. So you're going to see this intro come out twice. That's right. It's not a duplication. It's not Max Headroom messing with our technology here. What it is, I've got a lot of content built up. I've been buried on large projects. So let's do a couple things first. Next week, Tuesday, February 26th, I'm doing a webinar with Motor Rage. I'm really excited to work with Pete over at Motor Rage. What a great publication. They do a great job bringing a lot of great training to our industry. So we're doing a webinar next Tuesday. You can check out all the details right here. Check out the screenshot and you can register. Look, it's only like 29 bucks. If you can't make an extra 29 bucks by being with me for an hour on learning how to sell diagnostic services properly, there's either something wrong with me and I should go back and work at Home Depot, or who knows, get my wife to work full-time and just retire. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So I got a lot of work I still need to do. So check it out. 29 bucks for an hour with me on maximizing profits selling diagnostic services. This is a great refresher course if you've heard it before, but we're going to hit the high points. We've got about an hour we're going to spend together. You're going to get a lot of great information. We go back through the pricing matrix and show you the calculator to price your diagnostic services properly. We're still inching ours up. We're kind of at the threshold of our labor pricing here at Freedom Auto Repair. So check out that webinar. I hope you can join us. The link is right here for you to register. Okay, that's number 1. Item number 2, did a great video with Craig O'Neal and Chris Cloutier. Part 2 of helping you master the digital sales process. We're going to show you that today. So check out this segment coming up right after the intro here with Chris Cloutier, my good friend, and Craig O'Neal, my brother who lives in Michigan. Mad props to you guys over at Auto Text Me. They do a great job. I love their product. In fact, we're revamping our digital inspection process here at Freedom Auto Repair. And Auto Text Me is going to be an integral part of that. So keep an eye out for that information. Okay, number 3, we are going to go into Google Keep. I had a request to come in and share more information with Google Keep. So I'm going to show you guys that on tomorrow's video. So please check out the YouTube page tomorrow as well, because you'll have another video there. So you get to watch this intro again, which is just totally entertaining with me throwing mints everywhere and showing you mouthwash. Really cool stuff. Okay, next, February. We're almost done with February. Here's what I want you to do. Get ready for Q1 coming to an end. March. Let's get into March Madness, right? The basketball tournament's going to get going. Everybody's talking about March Madness. And I believe there's a ton of pent-up buying energy in this market right now. With the crazy weather we've had all across North America, customers have been kind of holed up. They've been kind of waiting for the weather to clear. Maybe they're waiting for tax returns to come out here in the United States. But I believe there's a lot of pent-up buying energy. Our car counts have dropped a little bit across the United States. I think you're going to have a surge in car counts. So you better be ready. The market's coming to you. There are some of you that have set some records. Awesome. Great job to you. My hat's off to you, because that's been a very daunting task during this winter. So get ready for March Madness. As it comes, you've got plenty of time to make up ground. You've got a lot of working days in March. So as we close out February, get your annual sales goal, and let's make sure that we recast what we need to do in March. My goal here at Freedom Auto Repair is going to be about 25% higher than what it normally is. And because my guys are going to be at Vision for 4 days, we're going to come back fired up, and I guarantee you we are going to rock it when we get back. We're going to make March the best month we've ever had, and that's going to give us the momentum that we need getting into summer to make our shop one of the best shops in the area and propel us into greatness. Yep, that's our mission. And remember, the core of what we do is to help our customers protect their investment in their car, keep it running in the most affordable way. Your customers need you. They need somebody on their side to help them make a good decision about the repairs and maintenance that are needed on their car. All right, so without further ado, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything, because every now and then I have a tendency to do that. Got plenty of caffeine today. Got my Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew. Got my ice green tea with no sugar in it coming up later on today. So yeah, that's about it. We've got the video with Chris. We've got Google Keep. We've got the Pete Meyer video coming up next week on Tuesday the 26th. We've got Vision coming up next week. I hope to see all of you there. Please stop by the booth. Got some stickers, a whole bunch of cool stuff to give away, a lot of swag for you guys, and resetting your sales goals. If I did forget anything, please forgive me. My brain is finally fog-free, feeling healthy. Remember, take care of your health. All right, we'll come out and close this out here in just a second. Let's take a look with Jeremy O'Neal, myself, Chris Cloutier, and Craig O'Neal of Auto Text Me, talking about the digital sales process, part 2. Take a look. Well, welcome everybody. Jeremy with Advisorfix, and we are in another segment of helping you master the digital sales process. And I'm here with my friends, Chris Cloutier and Craig O'Neal from Auto Text Me. Gentlemen, how are you today?
Hey, Jeremy, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous, man. It's 2019 is off to a rocking start, and I'm just so excited with what this year is going to bring. So doing great, Chris. Thank you. All right, guys. Hey, we are here to talk about the digital sales process. One of the things with the digital sales process that I'm seeing evolve is consumers are really drawn to it. They love the control and the power that they have when you put the decision right in the palm of their hand. So it's absolutely amazing. What we're seeing here at our shop is consumers are wanting more. Hey, text me, and then I'll let you know right away. If I need a call, I'm going to call you. So part of the digital sales process is you just can't fire text out with numbers saying, do you want to go forward, yes or no? Because that's basically just one piece of the puzzle. So let's really get to the heart of what's going to create massive results for these shops. And let's talk about creating a masterful DVI. So how do we create a masterful digital vehicle inspection for the customer? So a couple things that I've got, and Chris, I'd love to get your take on this, because obviously you've created some wonderful products and you understand the flow of technology and where it's going. Some of my high points are, it's got to be easy to read. It's got to be easy to access, one click and you're there. I don't want to have to go through multiple steps. It brings areas of concern to the front of the inspection. And this is something I'm going to really pick on software developers all across the globe on. Why do we put them down as recommendations when in our sales training, we try to get service advisors to remove the word recommendations, But on all these digital processes, I see current recommendations. So I'd love for software developers to replace recommendations with areas of concern, because that's a more powerful trigger word for consumers. So I want to bring the areas of concern to the front of the inspection, and then it's got to be responsive across all platforms, right? So whether I'm on my tablet, my PC, my desktop, my laptop, I want it to be responsive, and it's got to look great in that format. Easy to navigate, and then the proper use of still photos and video clips. And Craig, we're really going to talk to you because you've got some wonderful stories about your Honda Odyssey, I believe, with the visual evidence and repairs that happened with that. So Chris, why don't you start out and just kind of, tell us what's important about creating that masterful DVI for the customer?
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, I would say one of the highlights in creating a masterful DVI is pictures. I'm going to start there. Just sending writing down some text doesn't necessarily get you there. You might as well be speaking to a customer. Taking good pictures and then describing those pictures. So I think a lot of times that our text will take a picture of something rusty or something broken, and unless they point out specifically what it is that the customer is looking at, customer's going to nod their head and go, oh, yeah, I understand when you're talking about, conductor valves and flux capacitors and, because they don't want to look stupid. And here's our chance to really, once again, educate them, send them a picture and say, hey, this is a broken bolt. Here's where your bolt was. Here's what happened. Or, here's a rusted piece that is causing problems. Or see, here's a highlighted leak, and making sure that you're really calling out what that picture is and what you're taking it of and what, cause and effect with that picture. I want to start there because I think pictures are very important. And I know you mentioned this earlier in our kind of pre-talk, lighting in that picture I think is also very important. Make sure it's not just a black screen.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, because let's piggyback off of our first video that we did last time. When we talk about managing the expectations, setting the expectation. Do you think it's important for a service advisor to let the client know if they're going to be using stock photos or the actual photo of the car?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the having some timestamp on the photograph, very effective on that. That is something that your tool should hopefully do for you. That becomes the next layer of transparency for a shop when they're dealing with a digital inspection. Clients you do not want them to have some sort of an image outside of a context of their vehicle, right? Like a battery, right? If the battery's sitting on the floor in the shop and you take a picture of it there, it's like, wait a minute. I mean, isn't that just the battery you keep in back that looks really lousy? Make sure it's in their car and some element of it.
Come on, Craig. You think that customers think that an auto repair shop would actually do something like that?
Unfortunately, it's an accusation you hear very regularly.
Actually been accused of that often in my own shops. I have.
We don't hear that in California. That must be a Texas and a Michigan thing.
I do want to interject in that and say I agree with Craig wholeheartedly that you take pictures of their vehicle and you try and capture some of that body in some sort of identifier that the customer can say that. I would say there are products out there, and I'm gonna plug one of them, Virtual Vehicle, because I love the product not only as a tool that you can use a lot of times at your counter, but you can use it, in your digital inspections. And that would be the one condition or case where they have these great graphical animations that absolutely show how systems are working. I think that on the flip side, a customer sees that, they realize it's not their car, but then they see that how this system works or how this potential, rotor warped causes the steering wheel to wobble.
Chris, that's a great point. I think that's like a second layer that, as you begin to master the digital sales process, one thing I want to do is I want to keep everything in-house, meaning I want my shop to be the resource for the customer.
Bingo.
So if I send you something, I don't want it to trigger a Google search because I have no idea where Google, Bing, or Alexa is going to take you. So if I can have that secondary layer that provides the research that you need to validate our area of concern, that's going to help you understand that you need to take care of this concern today. So that's awesome. Great point. Chris, let's go back to, okay, so what are some of the worst photos you've seen and the most common mistake that you see shops make when taking, we're going to talk about still photos right now. So still photos, what's maybe the top 3 biggest mistakes that shops will make when they start to blast these photos out?
I'll say a big black screen.
Okay.
Seen that. I've also seen bad leak photos. Here's my thought on leaks, and I'm going to kind of transition. A leak's a video. That's a video. A worn out, a part, if you can show it in movement, you're showing a part and they don't know that that edge should be rounded off or not. But if they're showing it in movement, I think that it makes more sense. And I think, there you go. If that's not moving, yeah, there you go. So I would say
Clean up on aisle 8.
Somebody to see that. It's hard for you to see that a lot of times in a still photo. And I think these are better ways you can describe things.
Yeah, you have to get clever on the still photos. Otherwise, I had one of my friends in Grand Rapids here, Chris Youngsma. He had a photograph of a AC condenser leak. And what he did is he actually had the dye show up on there, but he took his glasses and had his flashlight on there, and it was all staged so you could see the dye actually glowing on there. So very, very clever. You can't really show those sort of leaks there, but fantastic use of an image to communicate the point. And then,
absolutely.
You mentioned rotors a little bit ago, Chris, and one of the things that I wanted to mention on that was one of my very, very, very first digital inspections years ago. I had a customer came in for brakes, and we're all excited the digital inspection stuff. So we had the pictures of his rotors on there, totally grooved and just horrible looking. You could never resurface it in Michigan because they're too rusty. So we end up replacing these things. It's just how it is. But I had the picture of the rotors, but it was in a category labeled brakes, right? And in my phone call with the customer, I thought this is going to be so self-evident to the guy that he needs to take care of the rotors, won't even have to talk about it. But I did. Because he says, well, I didn't plan on taking care of the rotors, Craig. I was going to do my brakes myself. That's why I have it in for you guys, right? And I said, well, if you had done this yourself and put those brake pads on, you see those rotors in the picture there, right? Those are terrible. I can't use them. He said to me this, and I'll never forget it. Oh, those are the rotors. Okay, I was picturing something else. Thanks. It's like,
Nice.
Oh no. He had been playing along the whole conversation before that too. He was acting like he knew what he was talking about, and he nodded along and everything else. I didn't verify that he didn't know what he was talking about until we finally got to that point. This picture,
and it goes back, picture, make sure you're putting that description of what the customer is looking at. That
Absolutely.
Is important.
And tell them what they're looking at in that picture still. Don't assume they know, ever. And they will simply, finally, they'll regurgitate the facts back to you. Say, oh, Craig, I see those rotors are bad. We better take care of that today. That's the conversation you want to have with them, not further convincing.
And Jeremy, I think a third bad picture, if done well, it can be good. I like technicians in the picture.
Oh, nice.
But if it's a selfie of the technician in a small little, they have to be careful about that one too. A finger pointing or, a little bit of a tech is good, but, sometimes I've seen a couple of, hey, I'm working on your car. Here's the problem. So watch the selfie image. Yeah.
Absolutely. The background too, because sometimes your background can be dirty. It can be messy. You can have people in the background that you don't necessarily want there. You talk about the finger pointing. For me, I like to use a pocket screwdriver a little bit better. It's a little bit more defined. Also with brakes, I love the gauges that show the red, yellow, and green. So excellent stuff, guys. All right. Wasn't that awesome? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Craig. My brothers in my journey to success. You guys are absolutely amazing. All right. Hopefully you've got all the information you need there. If you have questions, shoot me an email, jeremy@advisorfix.com. That email again is jeremy@advisorfix.com. If you have questions for Craig or Chris, check out their website at autotext.me. That's AUTOTEXT.me. And I'm sure they'll be happy to answer all of your questions. All right. We do this for you and your success. Our mission here at Advisorfix is to provide the absolute best supervisor training and coaching at a high performance level so you can attain the goals that you set for yourself. Hey, those cars are waiting for you. They're not going to get fixed without you. The jobs are not going to get approved without you. So go out and get the green light. We'll talk to you soon. This is Jeremy with Advisorfix. Thanks for checking us out. Have a great day.